You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions. Make the sacrifices. Make the unpopular decisions. And become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, and full responsibility to change. Okay? I don't have the right, I don't have the desire to, and I do not have the right to try to change my wife's personality and who she is. I don't have the right to change anybody except myself. Now, there's people out there I don't like, and if I don't like them, I just walk away. I'm 55 years old. I've done without that person my whole dang life. I don't need them now. And I don't have the right or the desire to try to change them. But if I don't like me, if I'm not comfortable being with me, well, that's a different story.
Who teaches you to be a man? You know, but fame is a monster, you know, and we all have these ladders of battles, roads we have to walk in our given lives. Be you famous or whoever's out there listening, we all have our individual challenges. It's cliche, money don't make it better. It don't. Fame just magnifies the problems and the opportunities.
What do you say to the men around the world who are watching this interview from someone who is their hero, regardless if it's from the screen?
Thank you.
A man provides for his family.
This costs me my family.
When you have children, you always have family. They will always be your priority, your responsibility. And a man provides.
If you take an oak tree seed and you put it in a 2-foot pot, that seed will never become the oak tree that oak trees are capable of becoming, because it's gonna get stifled by the 2-foot pot. Now check this out, ain't nothing wrong with the seed. The seed just fell prey to the environment. You are a seed from God. God made you in his likeness. He big, he vast. Don't you allow your environment to dictate the oak tree that you become. Because ain't nothing wrong with your seed. All of y'all got this wonderful gift that he gave you at birth. All y'all got one, you better believe that now. Don't die with this gift and don't never use it. All of y'all got this wonderful gift, but you gotta use it. Take your seed, take your gift. Get away from these people that's in your life that ain't doing nothing.
So I'm getting ready to board my plane yesterday, and this NFL football player comes up to me. He goes, "Dog, can I ask you a question? How do you keep that dog mentality?" I said, "Let me ask you a question. When you were younger, what did you want to be?" He said, "An NFL football player." But once I got there, I lost that dog mentality. He had a finish line in his brain. Guess what? A true dog mentality, I have a dog at home. I can feed that motherfucker all day long. He never gets full. It's not enough you made to the NFL. Be the fucking MVP. It's not enough you ran a 5K. Win a 10K. It's not enough you became a doctor. Be a better doctor. It's not enough you lost 50 pounds. Go out there and do something with it. Guess what? It's 109 out here, but guess what? It's not enough. Stay hard.
Everywhere we turn on the TV or scroll through the internet, we are inundated by people who refuse to take responsibility for the life that they have created. And I got bad news for you. There's nobody coming. There's nobody coming to save you. There's nobody coming to help you. A knight in shining armor isn't going to ride in and save you. You are the only one that's going to be able to save you. And all this time, you point your finger and you say, "I can't do that because I was born here," or "I can't do that because I have this issue."
Like, when do you become a man? You become a man when you become responsible for other people. And part of that is taking accountability. And so, like, I'm very new to this being a man thing, and I'm still not there. and I'm on a path. But I didn't have no, like, I grew up in a culture that told me going to war made you a man. Going to prison and coming back makes you a man. Making $1 million makes you a man, you know, and it doesn't. And you don't know it till you done all these things and realize, damn, I'm still a little fucking boy. Yeah. Or been around people who've been there a bunch of times. You know, I don't know nothing about being at war like Kevin, but I know a bunch of soldiers that come back and are still fucking little boys. Can't wait to get back out.
They don't care, you know. The effect that I have on the universe is so freaking small. Nobody cares. I'm the only one putting the pressure on me. Nobody gives a damn about it. So that's why they help me to perform now. That's how some younger guy, they say, I'm nervous, I heard you don't sleep well the night before. I said, yeah, it's true, I don't sleep well. But like, what is your trick? How do you find a way to sleep well? It's like, I don't really sleep well either nowadays. It's like, well, how do you feel better about it? Like, I just know that I'm not gonna sleep well and it's not gonna affect the outcome of the competition. It's just a normal thing. You learn how to deal with it better. You're not gonna change it.
Yeah.
You just accept it.
Yeah.
The stress is your friend, man. That's gonna make you react. That's gonna be on the edge.
So if your family doesn't understand, why are you so daggone crazy? Because I'm trying to be the best I can to give you the best that I am. And it takes being fucking obsessed to where people think you're crazy. People look at me and say, oh my God, you're a masochist, you're this and that. I'm not gonna get into how bad I was in all these races and SEAL training. I had 21 stretch fractures going through Hell Week. 21 stretch fractures. You know what I did? I taped my ankles up. Roger that. I want to be a SEAL. So I did it. Become obsessed with being great. It changes everything.
Someone's heartbeat is constantly beating for it. Not just when people are watching, not just in training, but when they're sleeping, they're dreaming of it. It's a constant cycle. How do you know when you're on the right path? When the small nuances in life that people don't really value, they consider a nuisance, you consider them as valuable as the big events when everyone is watching. When you perform to a certain level when no one's watching, you build a level of excellence about yourself that stands the test of time. No matter what happens in front of you, you are character true, code of conduct pure. I know who you are because you're the same person. In adversity, in victory, in defeat, you're the same motherfucker.
So another year is come and gone. And a lot of us are in the same fucking place we were last year. What the fuck are you waiting on? We sleep 1/3 of our fucking lives. And we think we can take fucking days off. We think we have the right to sit back and give ourselves fucking options on which way we're gonna go in life. Am I gonna run today? Am I gonna work out today? Well, it's Christmas. It's New Year's. It's my birthday. Do you think time gives a fuck that it's Christmas, that it's New Year's, that it's your birthday? You're giving yourself too many fucking options. Let me tell you one thing. Time is running out. You keep on sitting around wondering what the fuck you want to do, you're just gonna run out of time. So make sure you do one thing. Stop following the fucking crowd. They may take time off, but you can't afford to. Stay hard.
And so it's affected my mentality and my perspective just toward life, how I greet people, how I see people, how I interact, right? Just that one moment and one element of the injury, right? It's so many things that's happened inside of the injury that shaped and molded me as a person. People see the injury. People don't always think about the intricacies of how it shaped and molded and cultivated who I am as a man until this day.
It's time, okay? It's time. I gotta do something. Right? Try and save my fucking life. So that's what I'm doing. Okay? No one else is gonna save my life. Right? If I just sit here and diddle around, what am I gonna have? Nothing. Okay? And all this shit, like, what does it matter? What does it matter? It just passes. Yo, if I disappear, like, who cares?
You hear people say, you don't lose, you learn. And I'm really grateful to have a win and such a learning experience. David Goggins, he wrote me last night. And I can't repeat what he said verbatim, but the basis of his message was, be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
What did I learn about myself from the highs and lows of my life? The highest point of my life and the lowest point of my life, what did I learn about myself? And I said, I learned that I don't let the highs and the lows affect me too much. Because we're gonna have wins, we're gonna have losses. We're gonna have successes, we're gonna have failures. We're gonna have good nights, we're gonna have bad nights. We're gonna have good relationships, we're gonna have bad relationships. We're gonna have good ideas and bad ideas. We're gonna make money, we're gonna lose money. All these things are gonna happen. And if you oscillate emotionally up and down drastically, it's gonna be problematic.
I became obsessed with being the baddest motherfucker that God ever created. Am I that? I don't care. I believe it. And I was trying to tell him, once you become obsessed with something, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say, you gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do, it's not about being a Navy SEAL, people. The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of fucking energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And then you help other people become better from you being the best in the world.
The human brain evolved under immense amounts of pressure.
Or I can't do that because they made fun of me. And you know what's gonna happen? Nothing. You're gonna get more of the same, you're gonna get laughed at more, you're gonna be ashamed more, you're gonna be frustrated more, and you're gonna really regret at the end of your life that you put off taking responsibility for yourself and building yourself into what could be.
Listen to me, like, I didn't give up. That's what I'm saying to everybody. We all go through pain. Some of us go through pain and it becomes our tombstone. Some of us go through pain and it's a scar. And we live a life of reward. So I'm just gonna say, again, 2025, do me a favor, check you. So you're in the ballot box and you're looking at all these options, doctor, lawyer, teacher, whatever you see, president, mayor, governor, do me a favor. Before you check off any of that, S&P 500, real estate, before you check any of that, check you. Yeah. Before you check anything, check you and go look yourself in the mirror and go, yo, I'm my lottery ticket. I'm my ticket out of the neighborhood, or, I'm the broken curse. Like, whatever you want to call yourself. But the day I stopped saying my mom, my dad, this person, police, the cop, the day I stopped doing that, the day I said, you.
Live in the moment. Stop trying to be alive and fucking start living. Death is coming. When it comes, are you ready for it? Are you gonna stand up and dance at that fucking celebration? Or are you gonna be wishing, oh my God, because that's permanent now. You can't change it. You can't reverse the clock. Try to make amends and do it right. You don't have time to say you're sorry and make it right. No, it's over with. That day comes. It's like studying for a test. That day is gonna be tested. Do you pass or fail? It's a huge accountability of today. Just like I tell you guys, if you want to get in shape and stuff, you need an end state goal. You need a marathon you're running in 90 days, a competition or something that makes today accountable.
That's how the brain works. And I almost like to think of it in terms of barometric pressure. So in your brain, when you're feeling that barometric pressure, it's like, I gotta get this done, or I'm gonna fail and this project won't happen and people will laugh at me. You work like a fiend. Energy, your whole body responds, right? Your blood gets moving. You accomplish things that would normally take you months. You do it in days because you feel that pressure. You take away that pressure.
Most people's definition of work is a negative one, which is why they abhor it, which is also why they misunderstand so many people who quote, I'll say quote here, are successful or ahead of them or whatever, is that both people, one person says the word work and the other person hears the word pain. And so the first step to like becoming more successful is understanding the language that the people who are successful are using. They're actually defining the word differently. And so whatever that thing is that you actually enjoy doing, where you lose track of time when you're in it, even if it's challenging, but usually it is challenging, right? Like it's not easy because then it's boring, right? Which is also why the uncertainty thing is so key, right? To not knowing if it's gonna work or not. You are gonna work though, either way. The people who are, quote, addicted to work make it easy to be addicted to work because they do things worth doing. And I think a lot of it is coming down to making sure that you take the few precious seconds that we have to do the few things that are worth doing for the rest of your life.
It's not okay. It's necessary. What the hell are we going to do without men? You look around the city here, you see all these buildings go up. These men, they're doing impossible things. They're under the streets, working on the sewers. They're up on the power lines in the storms and the rain. They're keeping this impossible infrastructure functioning. This thing that works in a miraculous manner. They work themselves to death, and often literally, and the gratitude for that is sorely lacking, especially among the people who should be most grateful. Everything that always breaks works.
Like when you say something to the extent of, not you, but just a person, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'm like, who promised you that? Right? I'll get to it a month from now. I'm like, who promised you that? Right? Because life changes so quick, right? And as people, we're often arrogant. I was one of them. We live our lives and we feel as if we're promised something, right? But when you think about it, it's like when we try to control things. But when you really think about the macro of life and the grand scheme of life, we really don't have any control, right? We can control what we possess: emotions, attitude, thought process, perspective, how we speak, how we respond. But just life in general, we have no control of that, right? You think about how many people woke up this morning thinking like, man, everything is gonna be great, and life changed, right? One day you wake up on top of the world, next day you wake up, world is on top of you.
And when we look around at the world, and we look at all the problems, and we look at all the chaos, we have to take responsibility for ourselves for creating it. You're not living the best life that you want to live. You're not the person you want to be. You're not the person the 8-year-old you wanted to be. And I bet you're not even taking steps to become that person, are you? And that's what's wrong with the world. That's what's wrong with this country. We have a bunch of people that want to point fingers and defer responsibility off to anything and everything except the one thing that can change their entire lives. And that's looking in the fucking mirror and saying, fuck you, man. You did this to me. You made me this way, and I'm gonna fix it. And I'm gonna fix it by controlling all the things I can control.
That's what I'm doing right now. That's what I have going. The training has been phenomenal. My coaches, my team, everyone's been in sync together, and we've had a great camp, and we're very, very happy here. And obviously, it's good to be back in Las Vegas. I haven't been in Vegas in a while. Very excited, very happy.
The average man, I believe, the average real man, does not need to go get therapy for the battles and the burdens he's carrying inside. What he needs is for those that he's carrying them for to recognize that they're there and to respect it and to be grateful for it. They don't need to talk it out to get rid of it. They need the one that they're going through this hell for to recognize it's there and to be grateful that the man is carrying this for them. They don't need therapy, they need gratitude.
How'd you become that guy?
You know what? I grew up not that guy.
Yeah.
So a lot of people put a title on me. They want to, they see me now. They see me now as the guy that with his shirt off who can do 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours, who can run 205 miles in 39 hours, who can do all this crazy shit. But what they don't understand is they don't understand the journey that it took me to get to this point. And what got me to this point was I was just the opposite of what I am today. I was that guy who ran away from absolutely everything that I got in front of me. But not many people knew that. I had two people.
Everywhere we turn on the TV or scroll through the internet, we are inundated by people who refuse to take responsibility for the life that they have created. And I got bad news for you. There's nobody coming. There's nobody coming to save you. There's nobody coming to help you. A knight in shining armor isn't going to ride in and save you. You are the only one that's going to be able to save you. And all this time, you point your finger and you say, I can't do that because I was born here. Or I can't do that because I have this issue. Or I can't do that because they made fun of me. And you know what's going to happen? Nothing. You're going to get more of the same. You're going to get laughed at more. You're going to be ashamed more. You're going to be frustrated more. And you're going to really regret at the end of your life that you put off taking responsibility for yourself into what could be.
If you live a pathological life, you pathologize your society. And if enough people do that, then it's hell. Really, really. And you can read the Gulag Archipelago if you have the fortitude to do that, and you'll see exactly what hell is like. And then you can decide if that's a place you'd like to visit, or even more importantly, if it's a place you'd like to visit and take all your family and friends, because that's what happened in the 20th century.
You need to be a fucking man. People get tired. Working in a fucking factory gets you tired. I don't go around apologizing, do I?
Just somebody at work, you watch and you look, and people at work, they're going through a hard time. Just, hey, are you all right? Anything I can do to help? Just in your life, be an agent for good. It's kind of like people say, I support the troops. I support the troops. What do you do for the troops? Do you send them care packages? No. Do you walk up to them when you see them in a restaurant, in the airport in uniform, and do you stick your hand out and say, thank you for your service? No, I don't do anything, but I support the troops. No, that just means you're not against the troops. And going through life, become a good man or woman, all right? Now, that's a lifetime right there of study, okay? But start working on that.
Just like in fighting, like I wasn't Mike Tyson. I wasn't born Mike Tyson. I got my ass kicked. I got knocked out a lot. I had to learn the rules. I had to learn the game. I had to learn to be disciplined and never give up. Don't care if you get knocked out 100 times. Never give up. And that's what life is about. And I wanted to be up more than anybody in the world wanted me to be down. So I didn't care about nothing. I knew I was going to be the best. No, I know. I'm proud, and I'm ferocious out there when my daughter's playing. I want to fight when she's playing, especially if somebody says something that's I may consider disrespectful.
I was looking through these sayings, these maxims, and that was one of them. The meek shall inherit the earth. But I've been using this site called Bible Hub, and it's very interesting. It's organized very interesting. So you have a biblical line, and then they have like 3 pages of commentary on each line. What it means is this: those who have swords and know how to use them, but keep them sheathed, will inherit the world.
I was in the military. We go on these instructor-led runs. Most of the time we knew the start and end point. So on the way back, I started seeing people getting happy and shit because the end was near. But there were some asshole instructors that would hear the happiness and go right on past the end point. When that happened, everybody stopped talking. Heads would stop dropping. And I started taking fucking souls. At that time, I knew what happened in their minds. They were living off the hope factor. They hoped the instructors would stop running. They hoped the water was never cold. They hoped the weather was fucking good. I don't live off that hope shit. I wish the water was cold. I wish them motherfucking instructors keep on fucking running. I wish for fucking rain. When the ending is unknown and the distance is unknown, that's when you know who the fuck you are. Stay hard.
Everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you can go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen. That's the guarantee of quitting, that it will never happen no way under the sun. The only way the possibility remains that it can happen is if you never give up no matter what, because God is always coming.
So I've been grinding lately. Had to go back to the fucking lab, readjust some shit in my brain, put a lot of miles in. Every day, run over 20 miles a day, getting up early, going to bed early, eating the right shit. This last week, it started taking a toll on me. I usually don't think too much. Get my shoes on, head the fuck out. I've been thinking a lot. That internal voice that's been talking to me, talking about, oh man, you're tired. Looking at my shoes about 30 minutes before I put the motherfuckers on. Pushing back the time that I go out to go run. So I decided to tape record myself. That internal voice I put on tape sounds like a straight bitch when I listen to that motherfucker. So if you ever have a hard time out there, tape yourself. Listen to what kind of bitch you're being. Stay home.
But like, people don't want to genuinely work. That's what's going to separate you from everybody else.
Yes.
You going to put the hours in to work. I was in college, laptop, everybody going to parties. I'm in college with my bum ass external drive hanging out the laptop, editing the video. Bitches was walking past the comment room like, what you doing in here? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm editing. I'm over here editing. The class is all the way across the other campus. I upload, make sure I upload, and I'm sprinting across the campus to go to my class, go to the class, and that video probably flopped.
It's funny because a lot of us want traits, right? We want to be patient, we want to be humble, we want to be, long suffering, whatever words you want to use. But in order to, if I would say, hey, how would you create, if you had to create a human, what would you put them through to make them tough? It probably wouldn't be a really chill life.
Yeah.
What would you put them through to make them patient? Well, you probably wouldn't give them things immediately. And so it's like, we want these traits, but each of the traits has a price tag attached to it. And it's just like, do you want to pay the price tag to get the thing? And so I think if people reframed the period of life that they're going through as the price that they're paying out of their wallet, but the wallet is their time, it's the seconds of life that they're trading for it, then I think more people would be willing to make the trade. Because at least when I look at myself, like when I'm 80 something years old and I'm looking back on my life, I want to have these traits. But in order to have those traits, I know I have to go through these things. And I think for me, that's given me a lot of comfort in hard times.
I think we are. I think a real man is born to serve. And serve means provide for those that are in your sphere of you to provide for. It means to protect. It means to encourage. It means to teach and to train. And sometimes it means to step back and let them hit the wall. Sometimes the best service you can do for somebody is to, when it's all done, walk up and look down and say, did that hurt? That's what they needed. But we won't do that because it makes us look bad, and even in our service to others, we do it for ulterior motives, But yes, I believe that very strongly. I believe if you spend your whole life to yourself, for yourself, you have no purpose of being here. This planet is not in any way better for you having been here.
But your energy is just being dissipated in like 20 different directions. So your brain needs pressure. It needs constant pressure. And stress and pressure is not a bad thing. We have this thing where we feel like stress is bad. It's bad for you. Bad. You need to relax, man. You need to chill. Stress will kill you. No, being bored will kill you. Not having anything to do will kill you. Is much more dangerous than stress. Yes, you can work too hard.
They all just synergetically go together into a movement, a force that's very unstoppable, man. And with that success come a lot of people that are, gonna applaud you, but the majority will hate you, man. They really will. They're gonna hate you because, your success is a spotlight shining down on their misfortune. They fucking hate you for what you're doing is reminding them of their missed opportunities and stuff. So, it's lonely, man. Just like being this only car out in the parking lot. But if you're cool with that, man, if you're cool with walking in the shadows of yourself and, the only person you got is the man right there in the shadow, man. How you doing? Pretty good. How you doing? All right, man. Cool. It's kind of weird having a conversation with you, but ain't no one else around because everyone else has faded way back then. Way back there. If you're cool with that kind of walk of life, I'll tell you, man.
He's never too late. At your worst moment, look, man, when they told me I had to be in New York, I saw no way I could get there. But that God, though, he make the phone ring. I end up in Florida, I make $300. Then I go to New York, I make $750. Almost got $1,000 out of nowhere. That's what happened to me. That was my moment of never giving up. That's when I first learned that faith was everything, that you have to remain faithful.
I now think I'm great. I'm great. We surround ourselves around people that make us feel great. They tell us what we want to hear. The second we put ourselves amongst the uncommon people, we don't like that feeling. That challenging feeling of that person who's waking up at 3:30 in the morning and say, hey, push shit on, we're going for a run.
Think it's genetics, or they think it's steroids and stuff like that.
Or they'll just think that you're like wired in a way from birth.
I used to think that as well back when I was overweight and unhealthy, and like I'd look at people on Instagram and be like, yep, genetics, whatever. Yep, he's on steroids. I can't look like that, I've got a business to run. Like you'd dismiss everything, but it's not. And once you start doing it yourself and you see those little gains and you get into it, then you can really change.
What is the starting point?
One step at a time. Whether it's 10,000 steps or doing even a 20-minute workout.
You're gonna find peace from going to war with yourself, because we all got shit. We all got shit. People look at me, the reason my story resonates with people, because I don't hide. I'll tell you exactly who the fuck I am.
Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've gotta be willing to give up sleep. You gotta be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really wanna be successful, some days you're gonna have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. That's how bad you gotta want it. You gotta go days without, listen to me, you gotta wanna be successful so bad that you forget to eat. Beyonce said once she was on the set doing her thing, 3 days had gone by, she forgot she didn't eat.
They take struggle. They take relentless pursuit day in and day out. That's what it takes. But also, things don't usually...
People are great at hiding. So they want to just find peace. No, you gotta take your shit, fix whatever's fucked up in you, don't just shove it under the rug, fix it, and then you'll find some peace later after you fix it. So now, I'm realizing this, I go home, several months go by, and now I'm like, okay, here we go. It's time to be a Navy SEAL. I start calling these fucking recruiters, man.
Fall apart quickly either. At least at first, it's a slow process. A little slip here, a little setback over there, a little wearing down of discipline and will over time. That's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes. Slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down.
Because she was engaged. I never forget when 50 Cent was doing his movie, I did a little research on 50, and 50 said that when he wasn't doing the movie, he was doing the soundtrack. And they said, when do you sleep, 50?
What happens when life throws us a conflict or life doesn't give us what we work for and what we want? What happens when we're working for something and we sacrifice, stay dedicated, stay committed, and it gets time for it to happen and manifest, and God says no? What happened when you're married and you've been working on this marriage, you come into the house one day, you've been working on it, and your wife says, honey, I know we've been trying to work through this, but I don't love you no more, I want a divorce. What happens when you can interpret scripture, you can break it down, cut it, slice it, but you just can't seem to communicate with your 15-year-old son? What happens, better yet, you've been building a company, everything has been going great, and you get to the point to where it just doesn't work out the way that you want it to work out, and the opposition, the adversity, and the challenges set in, and now this is why I love adversity, because adversity introduces you into who you really are as a person, and I don't even think more times than not, the problem is not even the adversity, the problem is when the adversity reveals who you really are, you can't take it.
It can be so real that you're not going to understand. It can be so real, like you can't go to the Bible and get a verse for it. It can be so real, you can't go to the Quran. It can be so real, like you can't go to the church house based on Catholicism. Like it can be so real. that you're not gonna understand it. You just gotta survive it, dog.
People want to get acknowledged for things that you're supposed to show up. You're supposed to practice. You're supposed to perform. You're supposed to get results. You know, people have a hard time understanding now the difference between feedback and criticism. It's exactly the same thing. It's just how you hear it. In order to get anything in life and to get anywhere, you must show up. If you think showing up is winning, you've already lost the battle. You've already lost the battle. People want to get a medal for doing the easy things. People show up every single day. People show up every single day and are dealing with circumstances that are beyond your imagination. They still show up.
Sorry, it didn't take, hey, okay, we're gonna do this today. No, this fucking really sucks. This is real, dude. This is real. And every day, I'm set back. So this is what I would tell your boy. This is exactly what I tell him. Every day you wake up, you're gonna probably be set back for the first 4 weeks before you lose just significant weight because of the mind is gonna be fucking with you the whole time. There's no dopamine. There's no dopamine in there at 300 pounds. You got nothing. Your hormones are shot. You have to envision something that is more powerful than you. Something has to get you out of bed. And you have to create it. It has to be false. Because you're not it. You're a fat piece of shit. And that's the reality of it. So you have to create a false reality to live in that just to get to work on yourself. That's the reality.
I repeat, sometimes it's hard. It's what many people say, you like to go to the gym every day. Of course not. It's not true. Nobody likes to go to the gym every day. But you have to do it. Probably yes, because your mental strength is coming from that moments that in a hard moments, you know you should do it. So, and I do it because after that, maybe in the beginning you feel hard to start, but after when you finish the gym or cold plunge or even the training, you will feel better. I think it's the big key there.
All we have in life, guys, the only resource that's depreciating every single day is time. And it's up to us to take advantage of that time or not take advantage of the time. What I mean by that is that most people take holiday and let the diet go and break and it's cold and stuff and they don't want to get outside. Others that want to achieve things in life, they don't let this time go by. They make the most of this time and they get ahead during this time. So we're gonna take this workout to the outside, the backyard. You can take it anywhere you want to go. It's a mobile workout and you don't need a gym membership for it. You don't need any equipment for it. Cost effective and frequent. That's success right there. You add them up, that will deliver what you want. All you need now is a little imagination. And your imagination, guys, whether you want to believe it or not, is a preview of your life's comings attractions. And if you can't imagine what it's going to be, don't ever expect physically to look in the mirror and see it. These times right now are these little adversities with the climate and the weather and environment and stuff are blessings in disguise.
It's that time of year again, Thanksgiving and Christmas, where we all start going to parties, start taking time off, eat more food, work out less, study less, and just have a good time. That's all fine, but we still have a responsibility to ourselves to hold ourselves accountable and not feel sorry for ourselves. They worked so hard during the year. Take these time. You have more days off from work to spend time with your family. Find some time to get after it. Find some time to get in the gym. Study more. Improve yourself.
I know so many dudes can't wait to get back out, guys that we know, warriors. But even warriors don't make you a man.
That's right.
Also, my definition of warrior has changed.
Me too.
I didn't really know what that meant. And really, it's about bringing others back. And that's my whole fucking mission, dog, really. Is just to dudes who've been where I've been or something similar, just know it gets better. It does. Like, it don't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. It's irrational. It doesn't make any sense on paper that I could have joy in abundance in my life, that I could feel any kind of joy in my life after being what I've been. That's where the work really, really is. It's like getting out the way.
We don't like that challenge. We like that person who says, hey, you know what, man, I don't feel good today, man. And they say, oh, it's okay, brother. Take a day off, man. We'll get a pizza, shit, watch the game. We like that. We love that feeling. Why? Because you understand, man, we're good, bro. We don't want that motherfuckers like this. Hey, man, no, bro. Get your fucking shit on, man. Stop being a punk. We don't want that in our lives. We don't want that person who's constantly challenging our weaknesses.
Right? And by surviving it, the lessons come. The blessings come. The perspective comes. Most importantly and hopefully, the peace comes. Sometimes things are gonna be so tough. Stop fighting it, stop trying to understand it. Take all that energy and just survive it. Like, bro, day by day, moment by moment, situation by situation, like my dogs say, be where your feet are. Just survive it, right? And then you're gonna get to a place, you're gonna be on top of the mountain one day, and you're gonna say, man, I see exactly why I had to face and go through that.
So bravery, remember, is not the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear, feeling the anxiety, feeling the worry, and moving forward accordingly. Some of the most courageous human beings that have ever lived were simple men and women that did extraordinary things, despite the fear, despite the pressure, despite the worry, despite the odds against them. So if you feel anxiety, that's okay. If you feel worry, self-doubt, that's okay. Just don't quit. Because some of the bravest people I know are actually somewhat scared from time to time. Remember that the next time you have to do something big, let it fuel you, and you'll be just fine moving forward.
If I have my first calls at 9, bro, my workout's gonna take longer, and it's not gonna be necessarily, look, sometimes it's nice you go in there, you get a little bit of a better workout because you have more time.
Yeah. We have two voices in our mind, and boy, I know they're fucking true. I've heard them, I hear them now, and they're real. There's that one voice I used to love to fucking hear, that we love to hear. It's that soft motherfucker. That soft motherfucker voice that says, sleep the fuck in. It's okay. It's that coddling voice. You want to be hugged and nurtured and all that shit that says it's going to be okay. Well, there's another motherfucking voice that wakes you up in the middle of the night. It's not your girlfriend. It's not your boyfriend. It's that demon fucking voice that whispers in your fucking ear that says, get up, motherfucker. You're not fucking good enough. You gotta work fucking harder. You haven't put enough time in. It's that voice you wanna run away from. It's that voice you don't wanna fucking hear. But guess what? It's that voice you need to fucking listen to. Stay hard. Listen to the whisper.